going to ask you pertinent questions about that camera. Are you using that camera to play Uno while you touch
No.
yourself
Yes.
at the moment?
No way.
Is that what's happening right now? Because that'd be perfect. Okay, so we went live. Hopefully Cooper will join us eventually.
Yeah.
We'll see if he makes it. But for now, it's me, Josh. Sean is, let's see if I can use the cameraman app. This is Sean right here.
Hello. How's it going?
Got Jared on the Uno Fellatio camera. And Kiefer having, this is Josh. Also Josh. Being fellatioed by his camera. Alright, and then I will end the cameraman mode and hopefully it'll just take it from there and do whatever. Or maybe it won't.
Seems like it's working okay on mine.
Yeah?
Seems like it.
Let me exit this. Is it jumping back and forth between me and you when we talk?
Yes.
There we go. Perfect. I fixed it. Okay. So now that we all have said hello, I figured we'd just jump in and talk about... Sean, have you been working on the game jam at all?
I did for one day.
For one day you made asteroids?
I did. I didn't get to shooting, but...
I've been watching a lot more tutorials than I have been making a game, but I still think I have a good chance of winning this and having the best game. Even though I don't have a game yet. I have till Monday, though.
Yeah. What about you, Jared?
What?
Did you make a game?
No.
No.
Jared, you have all weekend to make a game.
I have until, what's the deadline?
Monday. We submit games on Monday.
Maybe we should make it another week.
No. Absolutely not. We can do it again, but I'm going to win. I win this week, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
There's no way that's not happening. I've got a good idea for a game. It's simple enough. I think we can do it. I just realized
What's the game maker?
we're using, I think me and Sean are using Game Maker.
In Steam.
It's free, which is cool.
Can the Game Maker do 3D or is it just 2D?
That's a good question. I think it can do 3D.
Seems like
Unity and Unreal Engine can absolutely do 3D. I know that much.
Yeah.
Cooper is physically calling me right now, like old school style on a telephone, which I don't know how I'm gonna answer. 1 second. You guys talk amongst yourself. I'll mute the mic and. It's free.
Can the Game Maker do 3D or is it just 2D?
I think it can do 3D.
Okay, I finally got to work.
Great.
Literally before I hear his voice, his screen comes up. Oh, jeez.
And then he ran
And then
away.
he just leaves. And he leaves.
Well,
Not the game maker we're using. Right now I can tell when you are doing things that are not either making a game or participating in this. Cooper, I'm going to use the cameraman app for a second, and I'm going to highlight you. Say hi, Cooper.
Hi, Cooper.
Oh,
Whoa, Jared has a
he has a huge beard.
huge beard, but he has a camera. I thought he didn't have one.
He does. Do you know
I'm
what
still
type of
using
camera
your
it is?
360 camera, Cooper.
You're still using my 360 camera?
Yeah.
Do you know the things that camera has seen?
Some good things.
So while playing Uno.
It was weird because I was trying to join, and so it went to just viewing the Hangout, and you guys were talking about Game Maker, and Josh, you said that you won or something, and then Sean wanted to extend it another week, but then I called you, and then I heard you talking to everyone, but it was still so it's like super delayed. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is tripping me out. Is that why you guys were laughing really crazy?
I was laughing really crazy because the moment I answer, your face comes up on the computer.
He's like, wait, I have to take this private
It's a conversation we already
conversation.
had.
I was like, Cooper's calling me physically. I don't know what's going on. Let me mute the screen. Like, give me a second. I think it's hello. You pop up on my screen. Phone to your head. No, this doesn't make any sense at all.
So you were watching the video on YouTube?
Yeah. Well, like I tried to join, but I guess I just viewed, so I was watching you guys.
Because when you joined, we could hear it, and it was
Yeah.
playing what we said. Okay, I'm up to speed now.
Oh,
It was
did
really
it get weird
weird.
for a second?
Sorry
I
it took me
couldn't-
so long. I had a surprise that I was wanting to try to do, but I couldn't. I guess I couldn't get it to work.
It's all right. What
'Cause
was
what
your
I-
surprise?
What I was
Oh,
doing
that's
is I made us our own like Google Plus thing. I can't say it now
Go
because
on that.
and it's called the Gentleman's Gathering, and I made us a website too that I'm working on. And
Nibble blog?
it's called the GG.TV or maybe Theg. I don't know. Anyways, but
I like Theg.
I need to get an image here, and so I don't know if you see I should be screen sharing, but an image here, and
We put the G in GG.
yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
I'm following that. Adding that to my circles.
So
That is awesome.
yeah, that's what I was trying to get it to go live through the Gentleman's Gathering, like Google Plus, and apparently it was not working.
Okay, so you know what I did? That might help next time. I had to I created a Hangout that was public.
Yeah, I made an event. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, I literally went to the Hangouts tab, and I said, make a on-air Hangout. And then instead of launching it, it was like, cool, it's like, you're done. And then I saw my own event on my Google Plus page, and I had to go into that, click that, and then say start now. And then I had to re-invite the guys.
Yeah, I did that, and that's what I did. I was in it, and then I sent it, a bunch of times to you guys, and you said you weren't getting them.
Weird.
So I don't know. We just gotta figure it out. But
we're going now.
yeah,
And I mean, the only bummer is that it's not all in one place right now. That's what I was hoping to keep.
which is what the one
The
thing.
Gentleman's Gathering. The
Yeah.
Theg. Theg is fun.
Tag.
Welcome to
Can you
my.
make a cool intro video?
No, not yet.
Content,
Did
bro.
he say? Are you going to though?
Content, that's right.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's your
Okay.
opening beat.
Yeah. All right.
It's happening. This is going good. All right, so Cooper,
Well, first
You're
of all,
in
wait,
here-
look, this is. I was gonna open this. My boss gave me this. This is Talisker Storm.
I went there.
Yeah, this is at the Isle of Skye.
Isle of Skye.
But I'm excited to try this because I've had Talisker before, but not Talisker Storm. I don't know much about it, but supposedly it's delicious.
How long is it aged?
you're really playing up this gentleman thing.
Like,
It doesn't say actually. That's really weird.
Check the bottom.
But it was in a storm, so.
But yeah, it's made by the sea. I mean, which I couldn't figure out. Does that mean it was made near the sea or the sea made it? It's very vague. Very vague.
They just made it with seawater.
That's. I had a guy give me.
It says
Korean-
it's a single malt, but yeah, it doesn't
10-year-old.
have the year. It's really weird.
it's a 10-year-old.
No,
Oh, did you Google it?
it actually has not aged.
That's what Google's for.
How much is it?
Oh, you
Is
searched
it
it.
expensive or no?
It's 38 pounds.
Oh,
That's expensive.
you can't get it in
$60.
America?
That's like $60.
You can't get it in America?
Uh,
I don't know.
All right, maybe I might need to pause my screen share. I can't get this open
Why would you need to pause for that?
because this is embarrassing.
That's well. I'm
that's
not
what
gonna,
we need.
I'm not gonna spare you.
Content.
Live with that.
It's like a commercial for,
Here we go.
I'm sorry. I answered a private call only to have you show up in the Google chat as I hit answer.
Content, bro.
I was kind of hoping you'd just start pouring it into your mouth.
Scotland.
Aren't you supposed to spit into the bottle so then it's part of you as well? I think that's a thing. Good.
Spit
That's
it.
spittoon.
Someone does that somewhere.
There we go. Made by Cooper.
That's smoky.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's like a campfire in my mouth.
Warm
John,
smoke, pepper.
It's supposed to be like a storm in your mouth.
It's like a stormish campfire.
Is it
Yeah.
like Naruto Storm, the
Campfire that's
game?
been burnt out by a storm.
It says a flavor explosion. And it
Jared's
smells
face
flavor.
is terrifying. Is anyone just looking at Jared stare you down? Because it's so scary.
Who's the cameraman?
Right now, I'm just letting the Google take care of it.
Man.
But if I want to, I can be like, everybody stare at this man. And that should be working. Does that work for you guys if I do that?
It doesn't work for us, but if you're the cameraman, it's only your screen that's being like live.
Gotcha. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, if I want to, I can see the app. I already did it when I did the introductions. I went through and was like, okay, this is Sean, this is Josh, this is Jared, this is Cooper. Josh, I'm sorry I introduced you by your last name. Didn't think about that until after.
That's what I was thinking, actually. We
The
should
moment I said
I
it,
think that would work.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. I was like, I did not get permission to say that.
No,
Live,
that's
so done.
improv.
That's how I refer to you. Yeah. So it just happened. I was like, who's her. It's Josh. That's the other guy named Josh.
And that stuck for the rest of the episode in season.
Yes. Yeah, I was like, I can't take that back. It's gone. That's out there. Unless I delete this video from the internet, which I actually could do because I am not
It's there forever.
famous or naked. So this can easily be deleted. No one will know.
So
Right.
out of 5 characters at the top of the Gentleman's Gathering, I want to be C-3PO.
Wait. Oh yeah, man! I should go to the website. Here, let me pull that up. Bro.
There's nothing on the website. It's more the Google Plus page.
Plus page.
Oh.
Which
Well-
I think that was some of the issue. Is it says I can only send out invites to people in my circle, and since no one was in my circle, it was like freaking out.
When I search the GG, maybe I should put a space there.
It's feg.tv.
Oh, that's right. It's TV. I did .com.
Otherwise, it's Gentleman's Gathering for the Google Plus.
All right, let me find this stuff. I'm excited about this. This is a cool surprise, Cooper. It was
Everything
worth.
together very well.
Thank you.
This is a very cool surprise. I forgive everybody for making me sit in this room. For a while, I hated all of you.
Wait, what's the website?
You guys were just so belligerent.
The GG.TV.
.com was taken.
Yeah, it was.
I tried that.
It was very expensive too, I think.
Really?
The GD.TV was like $12.
There we go.
Content, bro.
Hey,
Oh,
Cooper, I'll
they're
get
just
the
selling
next
the domain.
annual fee for the GG.TV. We've
Yeah.
got a website. Hey, guys. Toast. We launched our first website.
But we're
Alright.
not using it as our chat right now.
Well, that's
Nah.
okay. We'll get that next
We're
time.
making progress.
This video
Hey,
was not
Progress.
we can very easily link to this video on the website
Yeah.
and
can
on the
just say
Gentleman's Gathering.
Just say sponsored by the GG.tv.
Exactly. I'm very excited. So, Cooper, what you did miss was when you came in, we were discussing the game jam. Sean spent one day creating a game.
Mhm.
Sean, how far did you get on Asteroids? Do you have meteors wrapping around the screen?
No, I can wrap around the screen,
Ooh.
and I can spin, and I
Okay.
added some drag to space-time
Did you?
continuum. Yep.
Oh yeah.
So,
You added the friction. Okay, I gotcha.
Yep. So you slow
So you
down.
don't infinitely accelerate across the universe, which could
Yep.
be a game.
Which is what asteroids really is. It's art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's the
thanks,
thing.
Cooper.
So,
Well,
you're
you
watching.
to make like block breaker.
You're watching the video. This guy, like me and Sean, are both watching the same like tutorial, and the guy's like, "Okay, I'm gonna add some drag, and I'm gonna make the bullets destroy themselves when they go off screen." And I'm like, "You are not creating asteroids, sir. You're creating a far inferior game."
Yeah.
The whole point, those bullets are supposed to shoot off the screen, wrap around, and save your life. That's the point. I am totally opening my window back up because they're not shooting fireworks off anymore. Ah, that's so much better. The moment I opened it, I heard a firework go off.
What I thought was weird was that you put in that step event, and it was like every frame is gonna look for this event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really weird because does that mean that that's the frame rate, or is the frame rate and the speed of the game two different things?
So you're talking about the drag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you've already set the room itself that you created, so that would be like an individual level if you were doing something else.
Right.
Has its own set frame rate.
Which is the speed.
Right. I think we're on the same page. Jared's
Yeah.
shaking his head back and forth.
Hmm.
He's a game designer.
What?
Jared,
Huh?
fill us in.
On what?
Talk to me about game design. What's the speed? What's the speed of game design, Jared?
Light.
It's just weird that you can choose like your frame rate in like other real games, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like that would be really complicated now, having made a little spaceship that flies around. That it would be really hard to adjust things like that in like.
So
real
wait,
games.
but okay, I think I see what you're saying, but that's like the inner logic of the game. That's not necessarily like your computer might be able to run the game at this many, like 175 frames a second, right? But you've set the logic of the game to be dictated by 60 frames a second. So logic can take place at certain frames.
Okay, and that's what like the CPU would handle, as opposed to like, the GPU is handling just graphics.
Actually spitting it out, yeah, and actually showing you what's happening frame by frame. I think that's how I'm understanding it. Because that's essentially how he's using it. Yeah. I don't, man, so what I wanted to do, and I just got to the point in the tutorials where I'm kind of like, okay, this is what I needed from the tutorial. I mean, I needed all of it. I didn't know how to do anything. But because I kind of wanted to make a platformer, but I was like, I want to watch these videos that he's doing. The guy's name's Sean Spalding. Does that sound right?
I don't know. I have no
Shoot.
idea.
I hope I got that right, because the guy does a really good job putting those out. I want to know what's happening on Cooper's screen.
Is he playing Frogger?
Urban Invaders.
Is that his game that he's making?
I don't know. If I click on it, it goes black.
Cooper.
Oh yeah, it's froze now.
Oh, okay. Cooper froze his computer and it died. That makes more sense. that
Opening
also...
things at once.
But yeah, so that's the most exciting part about this is, yeah, even if we just make asteroids, I'm going to try my best to beat you, Sean, and have a cooler game. Decided by a panel
Better
of impartial
asteroids.
judges. Even if all I do is draw better asteroids than you and it feels better, I'm going to make a better game.
My asteroids are just going to be dongs.
That makes Well, how are you going to do the hitboxes? Have you gotten to the part in the tutorials where you do hitboxes?
Yeah, they were talking about the mask. Is that
Yeah.
was talking about the mask? Yeah, and that kind of made me think of Photoshop, so I kind of like understand where he was going with that,
Yeah.
creating masks. But
It's all way more simple than I thought it was going to be. Like he started going and it's like, okay, it's cool that he's like explaining the programming language to me because I
Yeah.
wouldn't know that at all, but like when just like following his directions is
What is it
crazy.
programmed in? Java?
no.
GN.
Hmm.
I think that's the name of the language, right?
Yeah.
It has its own
Yeah.
internal language.
Yeah. It's within Game Maker, but he.
But is it object oriented, or do you guys not know that?
It is. Yes, because you're
Yeah.
creating the objects, then you're creating actions for those objects when when whatever happens.
I was trying to show the one game that I made in school, or it was like I made a lot better things than this, but it was just like something that I was doing off on my own, and it crashed, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
the
we-
video, my computer.
We saw that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, what's Cooper doing over there?
Showing us.
It's just a black screen. I don't
And
know.
then my computer crashed. Maybe I could try it again.
You know what though?
Yeah, you try it again. I think it'll work this time.
Don't change anything. Just do exactly what you did.
Is it working?
Don't expect different results.
Is it working?
I
I
don't
just see
even know.
code.
It's code.
Yeah.
The code's working.
Okay, here I go.
Let's see what happens. I have it focused on you, Cooper.
Is it showing it or not?
Oh no, okay. Nothing. Nope, just your cursor.
We did see it for a second. It was like a street, and then there was like cars on the other side or something.
It's like Frogger,
Yeah, kinda. Here we go.
but better.
I believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's working now.
Oh, there
Yeah.
it is.
So this is as far as I got. I didn't make any hit detection, but that's as far as I got.
Well, that's
And the
pretty good.
Cars speed up between each time they wrap around.
Was it gonna
Yeah.
be like Frogger? Like you were gonna?
No, it's I call it urban invaders, so it's kind of like Space Invaders, where they slowly
Gotcha.
are getting like faster and faster the closer they get down.
Yeah.
But
Do you know why that actually happened in Space Invaders? It's a cool
Oh, you're
fact.
dead.
Gravity?
No, it was actually the limitations of the code in the CPU. So the more of the Space Invaders that you killed, it just it was bogging down what the program was actually able to run before. So as you killed them, it was able to compute faster. So they came
that's funny.
it was
So
getting
cool.
closer and closer to what it was actually programmed to run at.
That's funny.
Yeah. So unintentional, kind of cool game mechanic just blossoming out of what they made.
That's how a lot of things are.
Yeah, it's interesting that like a lot of emulators have to deal with like lots of weird like programming like the limitations of the hardware into the emulator, because if you just emulate the code, the game doesn't run right. Like, and it's just not right at all, you know?
Mhm.
Look at my crazy red wrist from carpal tunnel and other such things. Just dragging
Carpal
us
tunnel.
along desks all the time. Game Maker Studio from Sean, launching up. Jared, you haven't worked on a game at all?
No.
I was trying my hardest to just assume that when you stopped talking to me about making a game, that it was your tacit approval that you were going to do so.
He's like, give me 5 minutes, and then boom, done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's your game.
Jared,
That's-
you've
Face Invaders,
heard
whatever.
though. Sean hasn't even gotten to the point where his game does anything, and I actually have not coded anything yet, but I still think I might be able to win. That's what Cooper heard. Hey, and we can just post this stuff to the website if I can make it work in HTML. We can let our millions and millions of listeners decide. Put it up to a vote.
Big vote.
Big vote. I have a design document floating around the house somewhere.
All right, can you see my project?
Yeah,
I'm looking at it. I don't know if Josh makes everyone. Josh, put
No,
on
here,
cameraman. Put
yeah,
on
everyone's
cameraman.
doing it now. I got it. I cameramaned it. Whoa,
That's
Sean, Sean, you just crashed a lot of my hopes for being the best.
You're still frame. Already better.
I am very disappointed by how awesome this looks, Sean.
Mine's a stick.
Oh, you see how I stopped right there?
Yeah.
There you go. Let go, and the gravity of space just.
The gravity
That-
of space.
Makes
That's
so
how,
much sense.
That's how space works.
There's friction.
it's
I didn't
like
realize
going
there's
for
friction
liquid.
in space.
There is. You have to program it in, but it's there.
Mm.
It's
And look,
right
there's
in.
You're underwater. That's what you do.
R2D2 right there.
Sean, did you just draw that?
Yep. No.
That's okay. I was like, that's freaking ridiculous.
I wish. No.
Ah, man.
I was
okay.
trying to insert other sprites and see how all that works.
Yeah.
And it's weird because of the mask and the size of the sprite and all that. I don't know. It just makes it weird.
Yeah, because it's like your object could be pretty big, but then you make the mask like around that and stuff. Like the whole thing's just a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because what was... Oh, yeah. Well, that's it. Because you can't, like... You could wrap pixel per pixel and make the mask like that, but he was saying that really slows games down. So you got to use, like, basic shapes as your masks if you want it to go a lot faster and run smoother. So if you have a complicated shape like the X-Wing, then that could be hard to make sure that it's mapping exactly, you know?
Yes.
And people get pissed when you... do things wrong. It's so much nicer with this window open. The stupid thing is I sat with the window closed that whole time because the fireworks were going off, but no one was here. You guys weren't talking to me. I was alone in a room, and it was so hot. There's the nicest breeze coming in now. And then Jared, how's Final Fantasy 14 going?
Good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually know much about this expansion. Is it supposed to be a really good expansion?
I'm sure every expansion is supposed to be a really good expansion.
Is the
Been out, like,
community is the community excited about the expansion?
I don't know. I'm
Are
excited
you
about it.
excited? Okay.
Jared, I knew Jared was excited because I said, Jared, will you make a game with it? And he said, no, there's an expansion.
Josh, have it go back to who's ever talking.
You
That's what I
click
did.
on.
Oh, do you have one of them highlighted right now, Josh?
Oh, okay.
Just click that one again, and it'll go away.
Go away, Sean.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I had to learn myself because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, so okay, what did it add, Jared? Let's start there. Mm-hmm.
Is it frozen or is it just?
Story?
Oh, he's the one talking.
It's just this. That's why I said. Mm-hmm. Did it raise the level cap
Story?
It did by 10 whole levels.
by 10 whole levels? So that puts
That's
it
so
at.
cliche.
Is it at
That's
70?
so cliche.
60.
10.
Oh, it only went up to 60. Okay.
If I had a game and I did an expansion, I'd make the new level cap by 69 levels.
Every time.
Every time. Man, another 69 levels? Are you kidding me?
That's like 60 times 9 is fun.
Perfect game design.
Are you
I'm
freaking
gonna focus the camera on Sean's absence because it's HD and it's just so
First
beautiful.
it was 69, then now it's 138. Are you serious?
That was some sick mental math. I'm really impressed right now.
No.
I cheated.
You son of a-
There's a calculator on this thing, too.
Do I need to say son of a bitch a couple more times before I have to rate this a 18 plus?
Ouch.
I was last time we were listening, someone did cuss and I was like, wait, is that what we do? I don't know. Carrie won't even stay in the same room when I'm listening to like Idle Thumbs or Giant Bomb because she's like, "Why are those guys cussing so much?" And I'm like, "You are an awfully weird person to be asking that question."
Does she cuss a lot? Because she's a sailor.
She's like, why the F are they cussing so much?
Yeah.
Some of the cursiest enough people I know are my own mother and my wife. So that's the. But she's very put off. I don't know who did that. I don't know who did it, but I'm not okay with it.
No wonder who did it. It came from Cooper's camera.
I wonder who did that. Oh, the audience will never know.
The audience will. Oh, it's because I didn't have the sidebar open, so it just came up above Cooper's face. It kind of looked like someone was trying to call Cooper a slut. But yeah. So, anyways, there was lots of thought about that. So, Jared, they raised it 10 levels. They added new classes.
Yeah.
Right. Which one was the one you were excited about?
Astrologian.
That's right. Are you working on that?
Yeah, it's level 60.
You already have your astrologian.
What's an astrologian?
A healer.
Astrologian?
Yeah, does he do stuff with the Astros?
No, he does stuff with Scorpios.
And then what?
Astrologian.
And then you heal people with your divine starry powers.
Oh.
Divine
do you have anything called meteor shower?
No.
Dang
It
it.
really should, though.
Yeah.
Black mages can summon meteors.
Who
Would
can?
you have anything called
Black
supernova?
mages?
Supernova?
Knights of the Round.
Is supernova any of your moves?
No.
These just
Oh,
Nebula. You have to have nebula. Do you have nebula?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I have gravity.
That's what makes
there we
stars.
Me and Sean have
I
recently.
have gravity from space.
Yeah.
told you.
But space has a ton of gravity.
There's so much. You need to watch out for all the gravity.
Hey, you know what's real great about this? I think we actually have one person watching us. So to that one person. Sweet. Thanks for joining.
Hey, one person.
Don't make it awkward. They're gonna leave.
No,
Keep going. Keep
we're
going.
not.
Hurry.
Yeah,
Keep going.
I
Josh,
don't know
keep
what's
going.
happening right now.
Like it's
awesome.
normal. Like this happens
Yeah,
all
like
the
it's
time.
normal. It's like hello.
So, okay. So you have gravity. Is it still the same, like, it cuts out a percentage of their health?
No.
No. Just a damage spell.
It's
Do
an
you
add-
think
I
they're going to go...
love percentage spells. Because you can never kill them, but the first hit does so well. And it's
The
progressively
first
worse
is
after that.
huge.
Like Kimmy.
Progressively worse after that.
But that's what you have, like, the rest of your team for, is to come in and close that out. It's not just the guy who's using gravity over and over again. What was the name of the Final Fantasy VIII Diablos?
Right?
No, the
Demi?
GF.
Demi?
Oh. Well, I have
The one that was the devil.
The one that you fight in the train?
Yeah.
Oh, Diablo.
Diablo.
Right?
It was Diablo. Yeah, it was Diablo.
Was it just Diablo? I thought it was like Diablos.
That's what
Oh, it is
server-
Diablos.
No.
Thank you.
I don't know. Hafer's the Google.
Diablos.
I'm the best. I'm the best at Final Fantasy VIII. And by that,
Well,
I
I
mean
just said that on the internet. You ready to back that up?
Yeah.
I'm ready to
That's
back
pretty.
it up. I'm the best at Final Fantasy VIII, guys.
Josh,
I
don't even think you ever beat it. I'm gonna be honest. I was
it's
just trying
true.
to
Did it at least 5 times?
see. It is.
I
true.
got to Adia's castle. No, Ultimisia's castle.
No, it
And
isn't.
then I stopped playing.
Oh, okay.
I got to the part where like you get to the crazy chick and like her like the little hut, the little house, and she's all like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Adia.
yeah. And then you fight her and fight her again, and I don't think that was the end though.
No. Yeah, you were probably disc 3 at that point, I think, and then there's disc 4, which is after like time and space are all altered.
What's a disc? You gotta explain what that is to the younger viewers. No.
So like if you had to digitally download the game 4 times, and each time and as you got to a certain point in the game, it said, "Hey, you need to go launch that other app now."
Wait, it wasn't an error? It
That's
wasn't an error?
No, a lot like the Space Invaders was limited physically by the capacity of
Oh,
technology back then.
that's a full circle right there.
I loop it around, man. That's what I do.
That's good.
Callbacks.
That's deep. That's deep.
Thank you. Yeah, no, so the same thing. Just a limitation. But no, I got that far, but I hate you so much. I got that far, and then I stopped playing because it was just like there was like 8 more bosses or something, and I had a strategy guide, and I was like, I'm done. I know what those bosses are going to be like.
I am the strategy guy.
That's right. My team was sweet in Final Fantasy VIII, man.
Dude, I just farmed, what are those called? No,
Yeah.
the Auroras, is that what it was?
And Island Closest to Hell, Island
give yourself
Closest to
a limit.
Heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just sit there and farm that, and you just have like 100 of those, and dude, I could kill anyone with Lionheart. Just pop that and just just time all those perfections, and boom.
I like to think that you're just stuttering there. Just just get So that's that, Jared. It sounds like Final Fantasy XIV is the best. Really appreciate your report on that. Are you leveling anything else up besides the astrologicalist?
Josh Medora, what is that noise?
It's not me.
Yeah.
Monk?
It's okay.
What is that?
It's a sound I discovered before, and it's totally cool. It'll eventually get.
Can you stop it, please?
Just don't question it.
Is it like our viewer? Like you don't need to like talk about it? It makes it more.
Yeah,
awkward?
that's exactly what it is. One of the viewers got in and started sawing wood. No, literally,
I can't tell if you're just like rubbing your junk on the microphone, like because that's I'm sure what it sounds like to anyone who's just listening.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
what?
that's precisely what's happening.
You're just rubbing it around, just around it.
Sawing wood. Exactly.
Oh, just stop. Just stop. You... I'm just watching our viewer count go down as you do that, and it's the
From 1 to 0.
That's like 100% of our viewers.
We lost them all.
I'm sorry, the one person who's chilling out with us because you're cool. No, it went
It's
from
just my
2 to
mom,
1
actually.
You after viewership, and I hate you.
They were
That's
offended
why.
by the junk comment.
Wow. I know. Freaking fire. Can you guys hear this?
No, we don't hear that, and that doesn't bother us as much as the carpenter you got in the back room.
Ah, man. It's so loud. I thought I gotta shut the window. This is gonna be too distracting. I have a feeling it was one of my neighbors. What was that?
Sean,
Yeah, it's not as loud as the carpentry. Can you guys hear the explosions?
Josh, were you just sitting there with your arm up for like 30
What?
seconds? Or was it other Josh? Hafer.
what? No.
No.
Was I? Maybe I was. Just frozen like that.
That's what I thought, but then you started moving. You know, like,
And talking at the same time.
You guys, this is the best. I mean, we're all gathered together. I love it.
Well, it's actually there's explosions happening at my house, and Josh is just like, "No, guys, it's cool. It's cool. My hands are up here." Hey, speaking of which, did you guys see the video of the guy getting like executed at Applebee's? Because that sucked.
No.
Oh, it was bad.
That wasn't in the United
Huh?
States.
It was.
Was it by
It
the
was.
cops?
Yeah, it was. It was unfortunate.
Was he black?
No, he wasn't. The video starts off with them kind of
Hey.
like at the bathroom, and they're like, "Come on, man!" And he's like walking out of Applebee's with them, and as they get outside, he's like holding a gun, and they're just like, one of the cops is wearing a body camera, and they're just like, gun, and then he's just down. Like, they both draw and they unload, like, I think they probably both unload like a quarter clip into him.
Dude kills it in karaoke. That's all I got. Dude kills it in karaoke.
That's probably not it. That's probably not it.
Cop shoots and kill a man at Applebee's.
Yeah, that's
sounds
probably
more
it.
like it. Yeah.
That sounds a little bit more like what happened.
What he said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it turns out it turns out it was just kind of like suicide. The guy went and like stole a beer and then walked over to Applebee's or ran over to Applebee's or whatever, and he had a BB gun in his pocket. And he kind of has like a weird creepy smile on his face when he pulls the gun out, so I think he was just in a bad place and used cops to kind of take care of some of that stuff. It's just, Josh, it's okay. You're fine.
Oh, sorry.
You just put your hands down. Nothing's.
Oh my goodness.
Don't know what to do with
crazy.
these sometimes.
What are these? I seriously don't understand the one
Did you
person
guys
who's
see that?
sticking around throughout. What?
Yeah,
No, I didn't know.
Did you watch that? Sean,
Yeah,
did you
I
watch
watched
it?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I had a gun.
Well, he had a BB gun, but the cops don't have time to try and decide whether or not.
Yeah. I
I
wouldn't
don't blame him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's just suicide at that point, which is a bummer.
Suicide by cop.
Pretty cool shot right here, though. I mean, I don't want to be like,
Yeah, right?
but like the freaking like first-person shooter right here. This is like Freddie Wong status right there.
Yeah, man.
Let's see here. Yeah, that shot right there. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Did Freddie Wong make that one video? That movie?
Bot cam? Oh yeah. Video Game High School.
Video
What?
Game High School.
Are you talking
No.
about Video Game High School? Oh,
No.
that was awesome.
You are the only one I think who watched that.
That movie?
Ever? I'm just the only one. Just period.
No. I know it was super popular. I think you're the only one who watched it here. No, I know it did really well.
Yeah.
I watched the first season.
Did you?
Yeah, I made you watch it at my house, didn't I?
I tied you up,
Yeah.
taped your eyes open.
Said, hey, bro, you're gonna like this video.
I took out my small leather Switch, and then I said, we're going to have fun. It's going to be fine. We're just going to watch some YouTube. Nothing weird about this. Coop, you actually, I saw, added a topic to the Google Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to introduce that idea, and we can discuss that, and that'll probably be what we do for today, I think, the rest of this conversation. Oh, no, actually, I want to hear what you've been playing this week on your computer before we get to that.
I started playing Half-Life 2 again.
I saw that,
Yeah.
which isn't really the best use for a new beefy PC.
No, it wasn't, but I don't remember why I started playing again. But I was talking with someone about it, I think, and then I was just like, I gotta play that again. And it is so good. Like, I just got done taking an Alfred Hitchcock class, so I don't know if this is why when I started playing this game, I just felt like Valve made such a like Hitchcockian game, because there's just like so much misdirection in the game. It's like beautiful. Like you think you gotta go one way, but then it's just to misdirect you to go the other way. And
Yeah.
like it's so suspenseful. Like I can't get over like how playing the game, and now they apparently have an option where you can play it with virtual reality, and that would just be so scary. But
Okay, so I'll cut you off there for just a second. I saw a thing where they had it. What is it? You're using the controller for movement and stuff and like looking around, but you were shooting the missiles and controlling those with your head tracking, and that looked amazing.
that's weird.
Yeah. Where you'd be like, and like hook them around corners and stuff.
That's really weird.
It was really weird. I'm sorry, but continue. So there's a lot of misdirection.
Well, yeah, and there's just a lot of times where like you get put like, for example, there's one time where you're like going in through this canal like in the sewer, and you get dropped down, and in one direction you see like the bad guys, like the security guards, and you turn around, and in the other direction there's like these like hover like NPCs that are like bad guys, you know, that like ram into you. They like have these blades. And so like there's just no good way to go, you know. But like it puts this like so much suspense on you. It's like right when you land, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna turn around. And you're like, oh crap! Like you're like put in a pickle. And they're just like constantly doing that. It's awesome.
Don't talk about that.
Do you think that there will ever... So this is something I was really thinking about the other day. Do you genuinely think that they'll make a Half-Life 3?
Yes.
Yeah? Because I'm kind of getting to the point where I feel like I feel like there's just getting to be so much hype around it that maybe they'll just leave it alone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And just be like, no, we don't want to like mess that up. Like, there's nothing we can do to make Half-Life 3 the game everyone expects it to be.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but they made the Half-Life 2 episode 1 and 2 and 3, you know, which is basically like a 3.
Isn't it just 1 and 2?
Oh, was it just 1 and 2? I think maybe it was just 1 and 2.
Jared,
still,
weigh in.
They made these
Sure, it was
tiers.
just 2.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I trust you to be my encyclopedia.
Hey, did anybody buy the Steam controller?
How much is it?
$50?
It's only $50.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my first incentive from a new promotion to buy it. Yeah. Got they. And then from then on, I'll use all the credit cards I sell to buy alterations for clothing. It's gonna be so good.
Wait, so what are you now?
A banker.
No,
Bank.
I mean like your new position.
No, that's my new position, literally.
Oh, I thought. Wait, so you're the guy when I like go to the bank and I have to like write my name, and then the guy walks up in his nice fancy suit and he's like, Cooper? And I'm like, yeah. And then I go sit down and talk to him, and you're that guy now?
Yeah. And you're like, hey,
But
I
thought you were like a manager, so wasn't that like above a banker?
Yes and no, because it's weird. The move I'm making right now is kind of lateral, but it opens up a lot more windows for me. Because it's the movement from where I was before. This is super interesting and totally related to games and technology. The movement I was making before would have been like just only management, and I wouldn't have had a lot of experience with the rest of what the bank does. So now I'm just getting an opportunity to get out there and actually do a lot more of like the different stuff that we're able to take care of. If that makes sense. So it's gonna broaden like my skill set quite a bit, and also kind of show me. It might give me an opportunity to go like a completely different direction than I was heading right now.
The real question is, how many suits do you own?
2.
Sinks?
2 suits.
Suits.
2.
More than
That's gross. So I know if I go in there one day and I go in there the next day, you're either going to be wearing the same suit or a different suit. But when I go there the third day, you're going to be literally wearing
one of those
I've already seen you in.
No.
You at least need 7. You are disgusting.
7 suits.
I do not wear a
All
suit
exactly the same, though.
My management doesn't wear a suit every day. I certainly will not be wearing a suit every day until I can wear a nice suit every day, because I hate when you go into places and the person's like, hello, I'm in this
grandpa's suit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, no, dude. That doesn't look like he looks like a used car salesman. He's like, yeah, I can totally handle your home finances. No, you can't. No, you can't, sir. Not until you wear a tighter fitting suit. I need you to understand how tight suits should be. Ooh.
I heard that pleated pants are coming back.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. I kind of just want some super short shorts for the rest of the summer. Is that weird?
Not at all.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that.
I'm wearing shorts right now.
What'd you think of Hawking, Coop?
Well, I was first really excited because I was like, oh, this is going to be like Armored Core, you know?
It's not like Armored Core. That's unfortunate.
It's more like, what was the first, like, launch title for Xbox, like Mech Assault or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was more like that, where you're just like you like walk really, really slow.
You boost, right? You realize there's a boost in that game.
Yeah, there is a boost, but it's very temporal. Like it doesn't last.
It is, but it makes the actual combat feel pretty fast to me. Like I always felt like I was kind of zipping around.
Yeah. The other thing I didn't like, though, it's like a love-hate, but like how the game's free to play, so it's awesome that I just get to play this awesome, gorgeous-looking game. But like I hate that it's like in those games, like you constantly feel like you're just playing like Amazon or something. Like there's like ads.
Mm-hmm.
Buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, and you're like, okay, I get it. Like I am kind of a moocher, but just like leave me alone.
Yeah, well, see, what I have a harder time with is I'm like, I get in the game and I'm like, oh, I'm actually enjoying this, and then it's like, but like, how much am I going to be able to invest into playing this game? So actually, the reason I haven't played much of it is because I'm like, I want to play the game and I want to buy a better mech.
Yeah.
But I don't know which mech I want to buy, and I don't want to feel like I screwed up.
Exactly.
By like,
I'm just play it.
I don't. Yeah.
What'd you say, Hafer?
And that he's just not going to play it at all. Or
Yeah.
So-
I'll just never play this game.
So that's exactly what
There's too
happens
much
with. Yeah. Okay, so here, wait 1 second. Let me open my Steam library real quick, and I'll tell you, because that's exactly where I'm at with gaming in general right now.
Most things, really.
Really. So
Pile of
There's
gold
just too much
and-
pressure.
when I open,
I don't want to feel like I made the wrong decision, guys.
me and Jared share a library. So when I open Steam up, it's like, here's 249 games. What would you like to play? And I'm like, actually, I'm cool. I don't know. I should be playing Banner Saga. I only played a little bit of XCOM. I'm like a fourth of the way through Transistor. I guess I just can't play games today. I guess there's too many games, too many directions. I'm gone. I'll play Magic by myself. I'll play Magic against myself on podcast. That's what I'll do.
With yourself, by yourself.
Played Guild Wars for a little bit there.
Oh man, I had a really good time playing Guild Wars with you the other day. I need you guys to play more games because then I can just be like, oh, like Cooper's
You
playing
need me
Hawken.
to play
You
more.
need us to make the decisions for you.
Yeah, I really do. That's exactly what I'm
There's quite a
saying.
few games to play.
My
That's
friends make decisions. I'll just write on their coattails.
Jared.
You need to play Grimrock.
Yeah, I do. You're right. I played a little bit of it. Remember?
Nope.
I've died a couple times in Grimrock.
All right.
So oftentimes, and like Jared doesn't always reply, but like for a while, just like every time I got on my computer, I'd be like, Jared, here are 5 games that I feel like I should play right now. Please help me. I want to play Dota. I feel like I should be playing Guild Wars, Transistor, Banner Saga. Tell me what to do, and Jared will just be like, play Final Fantasy 14 with me, and I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah, see, every time I go to play a new game, it's just always like, I'd rather be playing the old game. So I'm just going to go back to Dota 2 and just play that again.
Dota 2, man. Josh, have you played Dota 2 since the expansion?
Did it add 10 new
I
levels?
played one bot game or something.
I'm sorry.
No, they took the one level and they added
Man, I'm barking over here.
No, that's true. I'm sorry. It's not an expansion, but since they upgraded to Source 2, and I don't know what they're calling it, Dota Reborn. It's sort of like an expansion. Did I text the group about that? Did I tell you guys about that?
I don't know.
I did.
I don't read those. I wake up in the morning, it's like 27 new messages.
All right, check. They're all gone.
Clear.
All right. Back to Final Fantasy.
Sean, your laugh is the best.
I know, right?
It's so childlike.
Fun to take a swig of helium and then laugh.
Yeah. The best part was we were all laughing really hard, and then you're just like,
Good old Asher.
Cooper. Cooper, that's what the sawing noise was. Sean earlier when you were gone turned the camera and it was just Asher like on the
Driving a
wall,
car
just
on the
like,
wall.
yeah, just running back and forth. Um, yep, there you go.
You've already
I
finished.
started drinking way before you because no one was here. This is what's left. You're welcome. It's probably when my face is a little red.
This is so
little-
good. So
Is it?
smoky. Yeah.
I prefer peat.
Pete, me too. I like Petey. Really. Petey.
Yeah. Josh, have you had Lafroig?
I haven't had a lot of scotches, but no, I haven't had that.
Well, Lafroig's like all I've had, and then like a couple others that I don't because they sound too Irish, so I don't know the difference. Like McClendon's.
Well, at first, not really knowing, like, I don't know, for me, getting into scotches was like getting into beers, and I'm like, these are all sort of the same, yet completely different, and I have to, like, my palate has to adjust to, smoky,
Yeah.
peaty, everything like that.
I had a sip of Lafroig, and it was good, and I decided after that I liked that. That was one of my favorite scotches, and then I found out it was super peaty. People were like, I don't like Lafroig, it's too peaty. And I was like, well, there you go. Apparently that's what I like. I'm down with that.
An earthy taste. It's delicious.
I do like mushrooms.
I like giving it a little salt to the scotch, too. Like, not like a really salty taste, but, a little bit.
So you're saying you like to go out into the forest and find where people are trying to hunt for deers and find salt blocks and just like those.
And then I put that with the moss together, and then I make myself a scotch right there.
Ooh,
Dude, you can make scotch? Nice.
sounds a little delicious.
You have to throw it into the ocean first.
This is what I have. I have in my chest. I literally have a chest full of scotch. I have a
Is
Spaber,
it-
10-year. This is like cheap stuff. This is like, you go to a party and you want to be a guy, bring scotch. You bring that, Glenfiddich.
I've had that.
Yeah.
This stuff is pretty good. I like that. And then Glenlivet. It's one here. And then I, of course, have some Black
yeah.
Label, but Black Label is actually kind of gross. It's more just like, it's kind of a mixing. It's like a mixing drink.
Well, black, it goes black, and then there's like two other colors, and then blue is the top, I think, right?
Well, it's like red, black.
Red's bad. Don't.
Yeah, never get red. Red, black, and then, I think there's something else like green, and then, Blue Label. I got to try Blue Label every Christmas at the Kilt store. We do a scotch tasting, and I got to try it. Our boss does all these scotches and stuff, and always the last one is the Blue Label, and it's so good. It's like tasting heaven. I don't know. There's no burn. It's crazy. It's so crazy. You just taste it and you're like, what is this? It's magic.
Literally heaven.
Yeah. It's a $200 bottle.
Not a bad deal.
It's like $600 bottle, but he won't let any of us try it. I'm like, you're a jerk.
That doesn't seem that good.
Yeah.
Let us try your $600 scotch, man.
Come on.
He got it as a gift. One of his friends, he just gave him one of the Scottish jackets called the Prince Charlie jacket. He just gave him a used one, and the guy's like, "Oh, thanks." And then he gives him a Scotch bottle that's $400 to $600 bottle.
Okay. Along those lines, of you not being able to try your friend's super nice scotch. I go to a party the other day, and they're like, hey, go to the beer fridge, just grab something. So I pop the beer fridge open, and I'm like, okay, there's some Session Blue. I like that. Some different IPAs, some local stuff. There's a bottle of beer in there, though, that's this big. And I was like, yeah. No, there was a bunch of them. It wasn't just the one. So I grab it, and I had that, and it was delicious. But, one of the guys, I was like, this is a really good beer. And one of the guys was like, yeah, I really wanted to try it, but I didn't want to be that guy who grabbed it. And
you're like, well, you should have been, because they're all gone now.
Yeah, I brought a bottle of wine. I could drink a few beers, or I could try this thing that seemed super interesting. Whoa, we lost Josh. That's a bummer. Sean's been gone for a while, but I expect.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, you're back, Josh.
Yeah, once in a while the iPad screws up or something, and it just disconnects, and I have to reconnect again.
I
So,
Literally, your turnaround time was seconds. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't even know
that
you were
was real
talking.
good.
The
I'm real
one
impressed.
viewer doesn't even know.
He doesn't.
he's like, did he
Or
freeze
she.
again? Just like,
I'm not gonna
Or
constrain
she.
you.
That's
Could be a
true.
lady.
That's
what about
true.
Sean?
Um,
What happened to Sean?
Sean is maybe her one viewer.
He's actually, yeah, he had it up to view the whole time. He didn't want to tell anybody.
Oh, it might actually be me. Hold on a sec. Because remember I said
Oh.
I had it turned on?
Hey, no. Hey, if it's you, leave it.
We
Leave
got
it.
that one
'Cause it'll
viewer.
lure other people in here.
I'm viewing
It's
it too.
not. It's not me. I don't have it up.
Fantastic. That's even better.
Is he still there?
Yeah, I still think you're really cool, guy who has stuck around and or gal.
And or gal? Yeah.
Oh God, they left. They left right then. So
Oh, that's it. They were transgender. It scared them off.
the worst. Absolutely the worst. But anyways, that was good. We were talking about Hawken a little bit, and then we were talking about Scotch and then beer. That got real weird because one person came back in, and I was like, I don't know what to do. How do I keep this person here?
What does this person want to see?
I just started buttoning my
You just
shirt
start-
slowly.
yeah, this is good.
Is this what you want?
What do you want from
I'm
me?
sure you were hoping to see some tits.
Yeah, that's what everybody's looking for. Nope, stop it. Nope, you're live. I don't think you understand the. Oh God, it's bad. I'm just watching people pop in and pop out. So we talked about that. Cooper, you wanted to talk about consumerism a little bit. Let's finally tackle that, and then I say we call it a night because it is so hot in here.
Well, it wasn't consumerism, was it?
Sorry, that's how I kind of paraphrased that topic, but and I'll jump in there later and talk about how I think that's kind of what it actually amounts to. But talk to me about your ideas. What kind of got you thinking about this?
Let me see
Our main
exactly what, I want to see exactly what I wrote down.
I can pull it up pretty quick. Let's see. Okay, so Cooper in our document for the Cooper beat me to it. He wants to talk about how with
okay,
game
so
companies
yeah, so-
targeting the casual gamer, has this made games better or worse?
Yeah, so I wanted to know what you guys think. Does with companies now, I mean, it seems like everything is a little bit more dumbed down, a little bit easier, especially when you compare it to games that are like, older games like Nintendo games or, before when it was just guys making games, now it's like this huge business, and so you want to have this very wide demographic of people that you want to be able to experience your game. Who, like, do you think this makes games better, or does this kind of worsen the experience?
What got you thinking about that?
To be honest, it's something as petty as, like, I was playing Bioshock, and it's like every item that is interactable glows, and I'm like, that's so annoying. Like, I know it's helpful, like, you have this glow, like, oh yeah, that's an item I have to go touch, but like, because the other alternative is what, the item doesn't glow, and you don't know
and then the
that's an item.
frustration.
Yeah, but still, it's like, I don't know. There's something about in other games where you find something, like you literally found it yourself. It wasn't like some glowing item that you clicked on.
Yeah.
You literally like opened this chest or did whatever, and you found that item yourself. And that's only one example. There's definitely many other examples.
Yeah, I mean, but is the glowing item super different from in Mario knowing that like like a block is an interactable object? Like it
like
gives the player an idea that there's a verb that they can use with that object, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a little different, and maybe that's on the same level as like a glowing item, I guess. But because yeah, I mean, you definitely need to like help the player, even the hardcore gamer or the casual gamer. But I just sometimes I feel like, and I don't know if you guys have that any experience where it's almost too much. Like you're like, yeah, I'm not stupid, you know.
Mhm.
Well, it depends, I think, while you're playing the game. There's some games that I play that I just want to fly through like super fast and just get the story, or like BioShock Infinite. Like I just turned it down to easy and just streamed through that like real quick. And I had a great time doing that. But if you want to play a harder game, like I hate Dark Souls. I'll never play that.
Yeah. That's a super interesting comparison, though, because Dark Souls is becoming such a popular kind of almost genre of game unto itself at the moment, right?
Mhm.
Where there is this crowd now that's looking for a game that really kind of demands something from them, and they can wear that as like a badge of honor.
Exactly.
Right.
So that definitely hasn't gone away, and it's not like Dark Souls isn't selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
They just announced 3, and then you've got kind of the spin-off of Dark Souls in Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
So
But now I just wish there was more. Like, so some of it is also like, the almost like the adolescence of a game developer, like or like a game in itself. So like, I don't know if Jared can attest, but like, or Hafer actually, when World of Warcraft in the vanilla was like really hard, like on all levels, and then when they created Battlegrounds, it was like it's really bad compared to like the way it is now, right? But like the way they made like the rankings and stuff, like it was like the whole week it was whoever had the most points, that guy got first, then the guy who had the second most points, he got second, and then he got ranking for whatever he did, which is not the best way to do that, because then you have people that cheat, and almost makes people want to cheat because you have to always be playing.
cheated?
What?
So what type of people cheated, Cooper?
Winners.
That's right. That's right.
So you have these people that want to achieve the #1 ranking because you get like so many more points. So they cheat. They have other people play for them. They run shifts. It's like you're competing against not one person. You're competing against 5 people that are playing this one account. I don't remember why I went on that tangent, but then now what they made it is there's a cap, right? So now you play and play and play, and now you've reached the most points you can get that week. There's still something cool about like always like competing. Like there's more of a level to it. Like wow, that guy reached this ranking. It's more achievable, or it's not really that achievable. Like it's like it takes a lot of freaking work to do that. While now it's like everyone can reach that ranking. It just it takes a certain amount of weeks.
Well, the best game is something that gives you a reward for doing a lot of work like that. Like in WoW now, I like it because I can still just get in casually and I can get all the gear for my warrior, all the gear for my shaman. Like, it'll take me a while. I have to get the points every week and everything like that, but then I can deck them out and then I'll have the most badass warrior, running around in a casual battleground. But if you want to get into ranked and get a team and stuff like that, then you have to get into, more of a hardcore gaming session to do that, and you'll get rewarded for that. So a good game will have both for the casual and,
So, I mean, okay. Also, though, we're operating on the premise here that vanilla WoW was harder. But was it really harder, or did it just require so much more time doing very easy, mundane, like soul-sucking things that weren't fun?
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of what one of my points is. I was thinking that is like a lot of games they measure time as skill, and that's kind of stupid. Like it should be about your skill, like how well you are at a game, not the amount of time you've put into this game. Therefore, you're the best, or you have a higher ranking.
I mean that's kind of what was going on though with like vanilla WoW, right? Though, and you're saying that vanilla WoW was kind of
right. Well, yes and no, because when you won a game, you gained way more points than if you lost a game, right? So the guy who's winning more games, he's gaining more points in his battleground score. than a guy who's just constantly losing.
So it takes less time for that guy.
Yeah.
But right, yeah, like, and I get it, like, especially now. I mean, all of us, we've gotten older, and you can't really play games as much as you could. So it's like, I definitely appreciate it now that you can play a game and still feel like you achieved something. But it's still, I don't know. I still don't think they've perfectly achieved their goal. You know, of like the balance between casual gamers and I hate that hardcore gamers means someone who has a lot of time on their hands. That's I think where I'm getting at is like I don't want it. Why does it always have to be someone who has a lot of time on their hands? Why can't it be someone who's just good at it?
Yeah.
Why can't I be rewarded for being good at something? Why do I have to spend all this extra time to show that I'm good at it?
We got esports now. You know, you got to spend time doing it if you want to be professional.
I mean, really, that's true. You're not gonna be just naturally talented enough to be good at something most of the time, right? Like, no matter what it's going, there are plenty of things like roguelikes where it's like you are going to put time into it, but not because time gives you, like Spelunky, not because time gives you something tangibly in game. Like, time does not equal a point. Time equals you learning how not to die because death is permanent, you know?
Right, but like one of the examples I'm thinking of is like in Halo. So the first couple Halos, like Halo 3, it was literally just you went, you know, first player. Let's say like if you do like Lone Wolf or whatever, where it's just, you know, Rumble match. First place gets this many points. Second place gets this many points, and third place gets this many points. Everyone else loses points, right?
Right.
That's how it was. So you could get to, you know, the max of your level or whatever was 50. So, you know, if you were at 47 or 48, like you were dang good, you know, like you were always getting, you know, into those second, you know, whatever ratings, and you were always competing against other people that were your rating. So it's not like how, but now the way Halo has it is like, it's so convoluted and confusing. I don't even remember, but it's something like you have to play enough to then get into another tier. That then when you're in that tier, then you play more and then you get experience. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just really annoying. Like there's no, like before there was ranked match and non-ranked matches, but now in unranked matches you get experience.
Yeah.
And
well, I
you know,
mean,
all these. It's like, why make it more convoluted?
So I think something telling from this, though, is that two of the examples you've given, you were ranked top in the world at. Like, you were top in your server for a little while in PvP, and that first night Halo 2 came out, weren't you, like, number 3 in the world?
In Big Team Battle. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So that's one of those things where it's like, well, I want to be the best, right? Like, that's kind of a little bit like you want to be able to have a shot at just getting in and poning some noobs.
Not entirely. I think like that's unfair to bring those up.
To brag about my friends' badges of honor, Cooper.
Yeah.
Nothing unfair about that.
That took a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like the way that the Halo one was rated is it still wasn't that fair. It was only because it was the second night.
You did not sleep.
It was the second night, and I didn't go to bed. That's all it was. It was the second night. I didn't go to bed. I got enough points to where I got to third at that night. I went to bed, and when I woke up, I was like 40-something. You know, it's like, so all it was again like who put the most time into something, who's played the most games.
Okay, so on that level too, though, think about the LAN parties we all used to go to, right? And I still think about being at Josh's grandparents and just piles of pizza that were like 12 hours old. Still eating them.
That was great.
It was so good.
It was like,
This was my first time meeting Jared. Was at a Halo LAN party. It was the best. Even though we went to the same school at one point, just not at the same time. That was, you still had put in, like, you were top of the rank most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the thing. Like, we'd go to a Halo LAN party and it was like, dang, don't mess with Cooper. Like, but part of that is me and you spent an entire summer doing basically nothing but wearing like a sheet over our head and playing Halo.
Right.
Like, that was it.
That's what.
So I don't think no matter what.
But I don't think in the game you should be rewarded on time. Like,
I agree.
time or skill is reliant on time in anything, right? Like they say 10,000 hours in anything, you're an expert at it or something like that. So it's like, I
Yeah.
agree. So it should be strictly on skill. You have to put in the time to achieve that skill, you know.
I totally agree with you on that point. That time itself should not be how you. And that's one of the things I like, and Jared can weigh on this a little bit as well because he's played some of it. It's one of the things I like about Guild Wars is a lot of times while I'm playing, I don't feel like I'm just grinding because the combat's a little more action-oriented, and I have the ability to tackle things that are a little like outside the scope of what my character can actually do. So even though I'm playing an MMO, there's lots of opportunities for me to challenge myself individually with what I'm doing.
Jared?
What?
Do you feel, Jared, do you feel like what we're talking about where it's just like time equals points in game, like time becomes some sort of skill currency? Do you feel, because that's clearly the case in WoW, right? WoW isn't about how good you are at the game. WoW is about playing lots of the game. No matter what, the person who plays more of WoW is going to be better, except when you get up to like max rating, right? So like hard level raids are the only place where skill actually matters in WoW. And then, but I don't feel like that's the case with stuff like Final Fantasy or Guild Wars, where you're actually able to put a little more of your own spin on the combat, and you can actually make it a little more dynamic for yourself. Like you can actually challenge your character more than you could in WoW.
Well, I just think it's hard for them to define skill and how to reward it,
Yeah.
because maybe you're the support of the team, you know, in the back. I mean, should he get less points because his team did all the work? Technically?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then there's Josh's point that like
That's like that's in the PvE point, right? Because I guess we should separate those because you have PvP and PvE.
Well, even in PvP, if you've got, like, you know, a sniper spotting people, telling you where other people are, guiding the team, or whatever,
true.
maybe he doesn't get a kill, but, you know, IRL, he helped his team out.
So you're saying, and in that case, that person should be rewarded for his participation in that match.
But it's hard for them to. It would be hard for them to do that. Like,
Right.
Well, yes, on an individual level, but not in a group level. So, like I played Rainbow Six. What was it called? Black Arrow, and that one was like really big on it. Finally, like created like clans or whatever. And so in my clan, you know, now I go into a matchmaking and I'm fighting other people that are my rank, and the ranking is just based on, you know, you won a game. Now you get this many points. You won a game as you're fighting other people your rank. And so in a group level, I feel like that's easy to measure. You won the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I assisted my teammate by saying, "Hey, shoot that guy over there," I didn't get the kill myself, but my teammate got the kill. As a team, we won. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is kind of hard because just got a text from my wife that said I need to do dishes before I go to sleep. I think we're talking about kind of two different things here, where we've kind of diverged into grind versus competency in a game, and then we're also discussing kind of like catering to the lowest denominator and trying to get people to play your game versus creating something that's actually a challenge, right?
Right.
Because I can't stand now that like you said, we all have limited schedules now. I can't stand when I get into something and it has a grind associated with it, and I'm like, I just don't have the time for this. Like, if the grind itself isn't super satisfying, if the game's not just something, and I think that's why I was kind of trying to draw the comparison of Final Fantasy 14 and Guild Wars 2, where it's like just killing boars over and over again in the Barrens is in no way rewarding. You know, No one likes that. That doesn't do anything for anyone, but I actually can feel very involved with things going on, and am allowed to level up how I want to in Guild Wars 2. I can
Yeah.
be leveling up by, me and Jared the other day were just running around we were trying to complete a zone. Like we were at like 98% on a zone, and we're just running around getting into random like tiny mini boss battles and stuff, trying to figure out where the last thing we were missing on the map was, like essentially where the last secret area was on a map.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so much more fun than like take a quest, do this, do that, get me spleens, just keep killing this thing until it drops the thing. Like they're dictating how you play at that point, so it's a grind because I already know the path. It's exactly what I was talking about with Final Fantasy. I got to the end, and I already knew what the last steps were. The last steps weren't any sort of I had no control over it. It was go to Adia's castle, beat these last 4 bosses. And it's like, well, where's the... I feel no engagement anymore. You've taken control out of my hands.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's...
But that's why the developer creates a grind, is to make you play more, to like put that pressure on you, to like create like here's your goal, but I'm gonna like put this wall on you. You have to kind of push this wall until you finally achieve the goal you want.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not even about...
It's to create the length of a game, Because if I just gave you your goal right away, then what?
It can be even more insidious than that sometimes, though. Sometimes it's not about separating you from a goal. It's about giving you lots of little goals. And then people feel like they're achieving things. And then you're going, like
true.
in Hawken, you're like, oh, I won a match. I got some points. I unlocked a mech. Got some points, unlocked a mech. But I'm like, I just want to... Like Dota. Dota is a game that I can appreciate, and I get behind their model, and I never feel icky about playing Dota, because if at any point I want to get into Dota and want to try a new character, I don't have to grind out levels. That's why I don't play LoL.
It's fun. Yeah, you can pick any character you want. It's like all open right there. And you almost set self goals where you're like, I want to get better at this guy. I want to get better at support class. I want to get better at as a carry.
You want to be better as being my wife? That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand. She's great.
You're the difference.
Yeah. Actually, I also but yeah, like that's hard. See, so the reason I was kind of trying to let you explore... Oh, let's see how long before Josh gets back. We have no viewers, so it's okay.
There he is.
There we go. Man, you're real quick at that, Josh. That's impressive.
I can tell Last time about to crash. It is bad. I'm like, I gotta end it now, and I'll go back real quick.
Get back in there. Last time we did this, my computer crashed so hard I genuinely thought I lost the hard drive, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. I think I just overheated it. Speaking of which, I can probably open my window back up.
Oh, no, right, Jared?
Trying to crush me, Jared? Or crush your own head?
Yeah,
so,
crushing your own head.
My favorite paper that I wrote in college was actually about exactly this, but just regarding literature. Like exactly the point you're making, where it's like, are we ruining video games by making them too hand-fed experiences? We're just force-feeding glowy objects to people, and no one actually is gaining anything out of the experiences that ruining video games. I was making the same argument for literature, and it's like, is Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey, those are making people money. So that's what people are going to want to write in turn, because that's really kind of one of the only ways you can make a living and write right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, is that going to destroy the potential of us to get truly great artists? Because the only way they could get into the field would be to be bad writers.
There's always going to be that, whether you're going for money or are you going, for your niche audience. You have your followers and you're playing to them, and you don't care what happens. You want to write what you want to write. You want to make the video game you want to make. If people play it, great. You did what you wanted to do, and they enjoyed it because they wanted that. And then there'll be the people who do it for money.
And I think that's the right answer, Josh. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head where it's like we're in that. I would say we're in the perfect spot right now where there is Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto, these huge games that really kind of hold your hand through the experience, but they're spectacles, like they're huge. They're the
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey of video games. Like they're
Right.
tantalizing. You love everything that's
without the
happening.
leather, yeah.
No, I would say that there is just as much
Leather and
stuff going on.
binding.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well,
I can dig it. I can dig it, girl.
those games are super violent. A lot of times there is a lot of, there's a lot of things going on in those. So I'd say you could probably make that argument. But
Yeah.
on top of that, there is also this offshoot now where it's like, okay, if you want to get your good literature, if you want to get your meaty game that actually has a lot of substance, that's doing better maybe than it ever has before. Right now with games like Dark Souls, if you go to the indie scene, there's so many things going on with indie game developers right now where you have, I mean, look, Terraria just came out with, Jared, is it 1.3?
Mm-hmm.
We need to play that. Like, I'm so excited about getting back in there. Me and Jared have maybe put in like 100 hours into Terraria. And the
Together?
developer just launched like a whole, wait, what was that?
He said together.
Together. Me, I don't know, man. We played a lot. Jared's played a lot more than me because I would come back to the map and Jared would be like, I built a sky castle. I don't know, I guess I was gone for 4 hours.
You're worthless.
World?
No, I don't think I have ever sent you that map. Remember? You should remind me one of the days when you wake up and there's 27 text messages on your phone. You should say, hey Josh, you should send me that thing right now. But yeah, like I think Josh nailed it exactly. Like we're at that perfect spot right now where you can do both, and it's proven that won't be ruined because there's always going to be people exactly like yourself, Coop, who are looking for that and just want to do the thing that's kind of hard and kind of challenging, and they're not just lighting things up. That's always going to be something people want, and right now we're actually exploring it better than we ever have.
Yeah, I think Dota 2 does it like perfectly. I mean, that game is freaking hard. Like the grind of the game is to get better, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
there's no point.
I want to get better at this game. Yeah, there's no points. There's just like, man, I suck. Like, how do I get better at this game?
Why am
That
I
guy
so
just
bad?
popped out of the bushes and killed me. I didn't
What
even
I'm saying is
That's-
like, why can't games like would it ruin games if all games were like that? If you just went all games are like this, does it ruin games?
Jared, we do need to play Heroes of the Storm. No, okay.
Heroes of the Storm.
I think that it
Because
would ruin.
hold on a sec, because that's what old NES games were, right? Like there was none of this user experience, there was none of this casual gamer. It was like, hey, I'm gonna make a game that's freaking hard. That's just it. Like I'm gonna make a game that like will irritate people, and it'll be really, really hard. Like
that was
all
not
they
their
cared about.
purpose. No, that was
it
not
wasn't
their
their
purpose.
entire like goal. But it's what they achieved from almost every
I wanna
Super,
piss people
Super
off.
Nintendo game. That's what it was, dude. Every
They're all
Super Nintendo
sadists.
game is so freaking hard. Like
Yeah,
there's
but
no
that's-
forgiveness. Like, oh, I'm sorry, you ran out of lives. Game over. Start the whole
Yeah.
game over again. There's no hit continue. You can hit
Mhm.
continue. Yay! Like it was just like, sorry, try again next time. Like.
Less
Well,
games
have you
time though. I
have
think,
you
too.
been playing roguelikes?
No.
There you go. You
Okay,
should play
but give me one
roguelikes.
example. I'm just talking about the world of everything that's out
The
there.
video games.
Don't throw one example at me.
I
I'm
think
throwing
that
a
was because-
genre at you.
There's less games that were out at that time, so like you were playing the same game over and over and over.
Yeah.
And if it lasted a long time because you're like, man, I've done the same level 100 times, and I made it to the end, and I fell off this little cliff, and now it's pissing me off.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again because you got no other games. And now
That's true. That's true.
I'm not gonna play this game anymore. I'm gonna go to another one.
Yeah.
That's true. There is so much out there now. I mean, there's not even just games, but any content, right? You're like, this game's annoying. F this game. I'm going to go on Facebook. F this game. I'm going to go on Netflix. Like, there's so many things demanding your attention. So they do need to, like, cradle your balls to make you, like, enjoy the game. Like, hey, how do you like that? You like that? Is that nice for you?
Is that good
Yeah,
fun?
it's nice for me, too. Like, you like this game? You should keep playing this game. How about you give me some more money? We got an expansion pack. We got a DLC. Oh, yeah, you like that? Oh, this is good, huh? Me and you both like this. That was Destiny. That was Destiny in a nutshell.
That was Destiny.
Just, how do you like that?
But people still play that game. There's people that still play that game constantly.
I'm blowing on your balls. I'm blowing. You like that? That's a good game, huh? Yeah. You want to buy our DLC?
Yeah.
Wait. I just bought the game brand new.
Yeah.
DLC now.
I know, but there's DLC that we didn't give you. You want to buy some?
Have you... You should really look into, go on Steam, search for tags, search for roguelike. And I think you'd really get a kick out of, like, did I buy you Risk of Rain, or is that just me and Jerry?
Right now. Rogue?
Like yeah,
like
one word. Roguelike, one word.
Well, that's the Wikipedia. Hold on. I think I'm a little buzzed. Hold on a sec. $4.99 on Steam. Okay.
Nope. You're looking for a tag.
It
Search
says
tags.
Enchanted Cave 2.
Okay. 1 second.
What is that?
Why did I just do this? I will link to you later.
Oh, Rogue Basin?
Nope.
No.
That's not what you meant.
No.
That's a roguelike game.
The hell is roguelike?
Roguelike is a game that's like the original game Rogue, where if you die, then the game resets itself, and also it generates random content most of the time as well, so you can't just memorize how to get through it. The game's just like,
well, then I'm done with that game. I would not like it.
But no. I mean, that's a genre. That's like
But there's a level
or first-person shooter.
There's a balance, though. You can't be like a super dick. Like, if the game's like a super dick, why are you gonna play it?
Well,
what's that one game where it takes Super Mario Brothers and the game's just like super douchey to you? Like you like walk and then all of a sudden the ground. What'd you say, Jared?
I want to be the guy.
Is that what it's called?
I think so. Okay, so I mean, talking about I want to be the guy, Super Meat Boy, man, that's the perfect. I think Super Meat Boy.
That's a great game.
Yeah,
it's so good.
But look at that. That game was hard.
But roguelikes are like that too.
Yeah.
Like there's people that win every single game once they get the hang of it.
Yeah. Jared, what do you think is a really good one for us actually to have Cooper play? Do you think it would be like Rogue Legacy?
That's
what?
Punishing or?
Yeah.
I don't want a game that
we want him to
punishing.
to
I'm saying I
No,
want a
no.
game that I feel rewarded.
What do you think is like
rewarded
the
if you do good, or rewarded if you just play it?
If I do good, not if I just play it.
I'm
Because
gonna
every
name
game is rewarded
3.
if you just play it.
I'm gonna name 3.
Well, isn't it
Jared.
rewarding to beat a hard game
Yes.
if you're good at it?
Yes.
What's hard? I don't understand what like Crash Bandicoot, where you fall off a cliff and you have to do it over again, and then you get a little bit further and you get hit by a rock and you do it over again.
Roguelikes?
That's just like, oh, I step left, I step right.
No. Roguelikes typically won't be hard in that sense, where it's just poorly designed, because the game will kill you and then you lose everything. So that would be the most frustrating thing ever if the game wasn't fair. Roguelikes are fair, so that when you lose, you know it was your fault.
I'm looking it up, man. I'm not getting anything. Roguelike is I get a Wikipedia. Roguelike is a subgenre of role-playing video game characterized by procedural level generation, turn-based gameplay.
That's the next step.
Permanent death of the player character.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing, Jared. Do you think Spelunky, Binding of Isaac, or Rogue Legacy is probably a better?
Abyss Odyssey combines roguelike elements with beat-em-up gameplay. Abyss Odyssey? What the heck is that?
Rogue Legacy is a little different because it's got
that one's
permanent stat upgrades.
Okay, so Binding of Isaac, probably Binding of Isaac, right?
Yeah.
Cooper, I think you should look into playing some of Binding of Isaac, which I think I own, and if I don't, then Jared certainly does, and you could play on his library. Or just buy it yourself.
Even, like FTL. It's a really great game,
FTL is so good.
It's
Holy
tough.
crap. Cooper, you should really play FTL, because I have it on my library.
Okay.
It's
play that next week.
So good, and I've lost so many times at the final boss, and I'm just like, I hate myself right now because I lost. Like, I could have won. Oh, that's such a good one. That one's. Hey, do you know anything about FTL?
Not really. I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
It's seriously like one of the best games I've ever played. You're controlling a ship, and you like
It's top down, right?
powered. Huh?
Top down.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, it's even different than top down. Top down's a weird way to describe it. It's like
Yeah.
room management.
Oh yeah, this is weird. It's like a bunch of rooms.
Yeah, it's so good though, and it's so rewarding. And I promise you,
The
you're gonna
heck?
jump in. Yeah,
It's really great.
weird.
Really fun.
What do you do? I'm just looking at the images right now on Google, and there's just like a bunch of different,
There's a YouTube
different
video.
spaceships.
The ship on the left is your ship. So the ship on the right is the enemy ship. And depending on your weapon systems, what other systems you have, you've got to try to take out the enemy ships that you run into.
Huh.
And you have to like your ship's like setting on fire, and they're boarding
The
you.
ship
and they're
on the
knocking
left
your
is
weapons
what?
out.
It's yours.
And the ship on the right is the bad guys.
Yeah.
And so what? I'm going to different rooms and like repairing them or something?
You
Using
can send your
ability.
crew to different
Flight
rooms.
ship to ship, board a crew. Huh.
If you have a crew teleporter, you can send your crew over to the other ship to fight.
I'd say give it like 2 hours. Like this week sometime, like not straight, but just like try it a few times, because the first couple times you play it, you're gonna be like, what the heck?
Mhm.
Watch someone do a let's play, one episode of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to go about it, so you kind of understand what they're doing. That's so rewarding, like, and that's a really good point. Like, that's something someone did from a Kickstarter. You know, like those things are getting supported right now.
FTL is a Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Wow. Faster than light by subset.
All right. I
They
think
wanted $10,000 and they got $200,000. Holy crap.
it's such a good game too.
I guess I could see the strategy appeal, but I'm a graphics whore, and this doesn't do it for me.
Oh my god.
It's definitely does not have a huge graphics flair, but it's kind of cool as far as the aesthetics though. It definitely kind of has some of that like older game mentality going for it.
Hafer, is that like your third beer or is that the same beer?
It's two 25-ounce beers.
Okay. Because it just every time I see you drink out of it, it's always like at the same level. I'm like, what is
Yeah,
going on over there?
Constantly.
Josh has a keg down there that he's just filling it up.
Like, is he just constantly filling up, or is he just taking baby sips? Just
Kind
literally.
I always make it look like I'm drinking.
Yeah. Because
I'm
I'm
done with my
over
drink.
here, I'm getting messed up with this one.
I think that's a really good ending point. Is kind of shutting off on like let's try some FTL. Let's look at that and kind of see, and maybe we can touch back next week and see kind of what you thought of it.
Okay.
Jared, that was the best suggestion because I don't really think you would have liked Binding of Isaac. You can look at Binding of Isaac too.
I mean, I know of Binding of Isaac because it's made by the same dudes that did Super Meat Boy, so I'm sure it's going to have some of the same. Because they are really big on like old games, like Super Nintendo games, you know, and that's the whole point of Super Meat Boy is they wanted that same feel that older games kind of had.
It is a totally different style of game though.
But it's
100%.
like Link. I mean, it's like Zelda, right? You
That's
walk
what it
into
looks
a
like.
room. It's like moves in. You walk into a room, and you fight
Ooh, Jared.
inside the
Yeah.
room. Yeah. Wait, whoa! What game is this? Rock, paper, scissors? Rock,
That's-
the paper, and scissors? The rock.
That's one of the games that came out of Ludum Dare, and now they're making it into a full-fledged like rhythm game.
Really?
Looks like so much fun.
That's cool.
Oops. I clicked Jared's link and it took me out of this window.
What's Ludum Dare?
Man, did you not read that email I sent you?
I did.
It explained what it was. Ooh, it's searching for my face for some reason. Oh, it's because of draw. It is like a game jam that they do over 48 hours, right, Jared?
Yeah.
So it's like make a game in 48 hours.
Uh,
And they'll do that, and they make some really cool games out of that.
And they're all themed.
Yeah. The unconventional weapon rock paper scissors one looks awesome though. Did you see the one that I linked, or I didn't link, I was talking about it in that email, where you whistle and it moves the cursor and it shoots?
I skimmed.
I played it for a little while. It's like, so what it is it's like whistle the highest note you can whistle. So you're like, you whistle the highest note you can whistle, and then it's okay, whistle the lowest note you can whistle. So you try and like whistle the lowest note you can whistle. And then it creates like a range essentially, like your screen essentially is those two notes. And then like targets start coming and you whistle to move the cursor to get to like where to shoot, and you have to like hold the note and it'll shoot it off. We all whistle. All right. With that said, though, I think we'll call it a night until next week, and hopefully we can get done a little sooner next week, maybe like Tuesday or Thursday.
Hundreds of DRM free titles on sale this week.
Yeah, so many cool things to play. All right, guys. Thank you very much. It was very nice. We have 0 viewers right now, so we're not hurting anyone's feelings.
Someone partway through the video, someone put a negative thumbs down during the part. Go to that, please.
the part we're talking about what?
That guy who got
Which
killed
part?
with the Applebee's.
Oh,
that's sad.
dang.
We also started getting so many viewers, and then Cooper's like, "I'm cuffing your balls. I'm cuffing your balls," and like all of a sudden, like people just start leaving, and I was like, "Oh." But you know, whatever.
It's so
All right,
late.
guys.
It's like those people are weirdos anyways.
Yeah, those people who don't like a guy gesturing
Cupping
balls for a while. Ball cupping. I don't know what those people's problems are. I kind of want to go play some FTL now, but I'm going to go do dishes. Good night.
You should.